Hello, greetings. In this short video, we shall see what is MIDI file and why MIDI file is used. Let's get started. MIDI is a digital format to transfer data between different musical devices. Before MIDI standard was formulated in 1980s, there was no standardized means of synchronizing electronic musical instruments, which were manufactured by multiple different manufacturers. Thereby, they were not able to interact with each other and communicate with each other. This was restricting the growth of the music industry, and that's where the need of MIDI was identified. It's written here no standard music digitization standard before MIDI. Electronic musical instruments from different manufacturers could generally not communicate with each other before MIDI. As an example, before MIDI, you could not plug a Roland keyboard into a Yamaha synthesizer module. Why? Because they have their own proprietary format of storing digital signal data. So, it is important to see the need of MIDI. It is standardized way of storing, transferring, and processing the digital music data. Let's see in detail what exactly is musical instrument digital interface MIDI. It's a digital signal like we discussed earlier, and it exchanges the musical information such as note events, control signals, timing data between different devices. A MIDI file format contains instructions for reproducing musical information, and it does not contain the audio data. So what does it mean? If it is not containing the audio data, the file is very small in size, which is a very big benefit for the MIDI data. MIDI stores information about musical notes, their duration, the pitch, and other attributes, as well as control data for parameters like volume, pitch bend, and modulation. So it contains the musical information in detail. And this MIDI file can be played using MIDI compatible hardware devices, software synthesizers, DAWs, digital audio workstations. So now we can appreciate that if we don't have MIDI, the data from one device cannot be sent to another musical device. Thereby, there would be a reluctance to purchase devices from different manufacturers. And MIDI being a standard means that all the different musical devices are able to talk to each other and thereby becoming more interoperable. And thereby, this signifies the importance of MIDI format. Now, let's see it with an example. So, we have a MIDI controller. So, this is a MIDI controller, and because it's a MIDI controller, it can work with any musical instrument. Now, this MIDI data would be transferred from the MIDI controller. It can be a USB, it can be via some Bluetooth or MIDI cable, and this goes to a synthesizer, which what it will do, it is a audio generating module, and then the synthesizer will send this data to a amplifier and to a speaker, and we would get the voice or the sound of the music which was initiated from this MIDI file, which is a very small file. We are able to get the sound of music. Hope this explains. Thank you very much.